how to get past the feeling of overwhelm. Hey, it's Heather Chauvin, wife, mother of 3 boys, former social worker, breadwinner, recovering hustler, and stage 4 cancer survivor. I'm not a fan of that term, by the way. Beyond all of these titles and labels, I'm a human being, just like you, attempting to navigate it all while feeling good. My goal on this podcast is to show you that you can live an energized, sustainable life both at home and in your work. It doesn't matter if you stay at home full-time, if you work from home, you're a CEO, a successful business owner, or trying to find some inspiration. On this show, I attempt to keep it real with stories, interviews, and random thoughts. This is not a business or career podcast, and it's not a parenting podcast. It's both and so much more. You will laugh. You may even cry, and you may even get a little frustrated with the truth you've been hiding from yourself. I believe all human behavior is a language, whether it's through your child's behavior, your health, or a relationship. And when we learn to listen instead of react, we begin to understand what it truly means to feel alive and in control. It's time to put your big girl pants on and find your brave. Let's go. All right, so I still feel like a weirdo with these braces. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, listen to yesterday's podcast. Very difficult and very painful. I will get over it. The things that we do to make little tiny corrections in our lives. So hopefully my podcasting improves in 2020 with a mouth full of brackets. It's just really weird because the brackets are on the back of my teeth on the bottom. So exactly where my tongue needs to go. So it sounds very weird to me. But anyways, so I want to talk about this conversation about overwhelm. It's that time of year. It's the number one question that I get. I'm overwhelmed, Heather. And this used to be my everyday state of mind. So I want you to be mindful that it is a state of mind. And once you begin to master your emotions, your energy from the inside out, you can then see overwhelm as an opportunity to stop, to reassess, and to get your shit together. And when I say get your shit together, just because you're overwhelmed doesn't mean that you don't have your shit together. It just means you got to stop and reevaluate. And we haven't been taught how to do this. This is not something, it's not a tool or a skill that typically you learn in school. It's a life skill that you have to teach yourself. And so if you're not teaching that life skill to yourself, you're never going to learn. So I'm going to read you the question that a client sent over. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed by the things I am looking to do. Example, tidying my house makes me feel calm and centered. But I feel like we need to really devote time and do a big cleanup to give ourselves the ability for everything to have its place. How do I get past that feeling of overwhelm? Okay, cool. So in this specific scenario, that feeling of overwhelm is, it's like that intense pressure on you, like I need to do it all, right? And the statement, how do I get past that feeling of overwhelm, is something like we need to get past it. And that's the belief. I need to get past this feeling. But the journey is through the feeling. We're not trying to avoid the feeling of overwhelm, which is what we try to do as humans. We try to avoid the feeling of fear and discomfort, and so we manipulate ourselves to avoid having those uncomfortable conversations, to avoid doing the uncomfortable work. But man, you just got to go through that dark tunnel. So instead of asking, how do I get through overwhelm? It's like, how do I get past overwhelm? Ask yourself, how can I feel the overwhelm completely while still taking the action that I need to take? So I want you to imagine, you're going to, and we're just going to take a closet, for example, because that is like one centered focus of the house. But when you walk into your house and you're looking around, you're like, man, I'm so overwhelmed. Where do I start? You got to start with one thing. You have to hold yourself accountable to that one thing. And you need to fill yourself up while you're doing it. So it's like that sandwich concept, right? You're going to have the bun and then you're going to have your patty in the middle. I don't care if it's a veggie patty, a meat patty. You're going to have your lettuce, your condiments, and then you're going to have another bun. Let's pretend the patty is doing the work. The patty is the work that is going to cause overwhelm. The patty is the uncomfortable shit that you've been avoiding. Now a word from one of our sponsors, which is my damn self. Ladies, I'm interrupting today's podcast to tell you about the Alive 2020 event. It is February 6th and 7th. You may have heard me talk about this before, but guess what? If you're listening to today's podcast, I have a special treat for you. If you purchase your live ticket, so head on over to heatherchauvin.com/alive. Show notes also gives you the details. If you purchase your ticket before midnight Eastern Standard Time this Sunday, December 15th at midnight, I am going to be raffling off one night stay at the Foundation Hotel. That is a $300 value. So all you have to do is head on over to heatherchauvin.com/alive. If you know you are coming for either day one or both days, purchase your ticket now. And anyone who has already purchased a ticket and has purchased them before midnight Eastern Standard Time on December 15th, I will put your name in a bowl and I will pull it out on Monday, and we will be in contact to let you know that you have won a one-night stay at the Foundation Hotel. Head on over, heatherchauvin.com/alive. Get your booty there. So for the sake of the closet, we're not going to look at the whole house, but let's just say the closet. And we're going to be eating a lot of hamburgers during this whole cleanup. So the closet represents one hamburger. Now, the work is taking all of the shit out of the closet, searching through it, right? Keep, donate, garbage. Keep, donate, garbage. Whatever you want to do, the piles. I'm not an organizational guru. And then you have to put the shit back in the closet to reorganize it. That's the meat. What are you doing before you unpack that closet to energetically prep yourself for that work? And guys, this is a metaphor as well. The closet can represent anything. The hamburger can represent anything. The work that you're doing, what are you energetically doing before to prep yourself? What does your morning routine look like that day? Because that day you've prepped yourself. Okay, I'm going to clean out this closet. Okay, I'm going to send those emails. I'm going to reach out to these people. What are you doing? Did you work out? Did you eat? Are you drinking a lot of water? Are you making sure that you feel really good? Maybe you took a shower that day and you did your hair and you got dressed because you're like, I need to feel good in my clothes while I do this work that I'm avoiding. All right? And then, so you got your bun, which is making sure that you're feeling good. You're doing stuff that makes you feel good before you're doing the work that you don't want to do. The patty, which is the uncomfortable work that causes overwhelm. And then the other bun, gluten-free, I don't fucking care. The other bun, the other half of the bun, is doing the work to clean up the discomfort of what you just went through. So you're circling all of this overwhelm with shit that makes you feel alive. Stuff that like energizes you. If you need to run before and after the event, do it. But remember, there's no getting over something or getting past anything. You have to go through it. So the hamburger effect might also be an uncomfortable conversation that you need to have. Okay? Remember, if you avoid eating the patty, all you're eating are shitty carbohydrates and maybe a piece of lettuce. So eat the patty. It could be a bean burger. It could be meat. It could be, I don't care what it is. Eat the damn patty. But make sure you're doing things to reward yourself so that it feels really, really good around it. And if you have a big task and somebody puts a whole platter of hamburgers in front of you, and you're like, oh my gosh, how the heck am I supposed to eat them all? Dissect it. Write down your big goal and break it off to little tiny action steps. Little tiny hamburgers. Now these are fucking sliders, okay? You have like little baby kids menu burgers. And every burger, all the uncomfortable work, you are surrounding it with things that fill you up and things that will help you get out of the funk. Because our typical go-to is to power through, to make this extremely long to-do list and to just go. And then you're exhausted, you're miserable, you're angry, you're overwhelmed, you're chronically fatigued, and you're burnt out. So take your big platter, which is all the overwhelm, write it out, break it down. Take one little baby slider off of that platter, put it in front of you, and go, okay, cool. I want to reorganize the whole house. I got all this business stuff to do. I got all these things to do. Nope, break it down to one task and estimate how long it's going to take you. If you think it's going to take you 2 hours, write 5 hours because it always takes longer than you give yourself credit for. So, for the sake of this example, you want to organize your whole house. Now you're going to organize just the closet. What are you doing before you organize the closet? What are you going to do after you organize the closet? And eat the damn patty because that's the uncomfortable work. And then once you accomplish that, make sure you have the next thing that you're going to organize on your calendar. You've created space for it and do the same thing. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. We're going through the overwhelm. We're not going around it. We're not avoiding it. We're not allowing it to pile up and bubble up. We're taking ownership for how we want to feel and making magic happen. If this was helpful to you, I want to know. Send me a private message on Instagram. And if you're an adult with braces, please let me know I'm not alone. Take a selfie of yourself and please send it to me. I feel ridiculous. Talk soon. According to a study published on Fast Company, conducted at the University of Kansas, women are burning out at an alarming rate, even before having children. And that number rises with the additional responsibility of raising a family. And the gap between ambition and putting themselves in a position for promotion isn't going anywhere. Why, you ask? The world needs more empowered mothers, women who are willing to unlearn everything that they've been taught, women who are courageous enough to feel good and not feel guilty for it. I am living proof that you can feel alive, energized, peaceful, and put yourself on your own damn to-do list and make an even bigger impact in your children's lives and those around you. I want to show you how to think, how to act, how to behave so you can step into that version of you that has been screaming for your attention. And the best part is, all you have to do is take the next step and invest 2 minutes of your time and book a complimentary call with someone on my team to see if my community and coaching is the right fit for your big vision. The relationships you desire, the money, time, and energy that you know deep down you are capable of creating. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com heather.com/let's talk. That's Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/let's talk. LETSTALK. And take the next step in the right direction. You are here because you were born to make a difference. Taking a stand for how you feel means you are taking a stand for how your children show up as adults. You've got this. Let's go.